thanks for returning. I don't know what happened. I tried to get back in and saw everyone else saying hamsters. And I don't know. I can't believe that I'm having any issues. As much as I paid, hey, Cindy B, as much as I paid to unlimited, unlimited. No, band was not supposed to have any bandwidth issues, but apparently I do. So I apologize. The good was just about to get started because we were about to start talking about Hallmark and about a couple of my favorite books that I've guilty pleasures. I call them guilty pleasures because I probably would never ever have stumbled on and read any of this, on my own. However, it was read because I was invited to be a guest at a book club. I seen hamsters and then black screen, then hamster. I think time to try StreamYard. Yeah, you told me about that last week. I'm gonna be since I have so much time coming. Since I have so much time coming this weekend, I think I'm going to definitely kind of try it out. One of these days, I plan to go live. Pippa had gave me a lot of tips on how to use OBS, and I have practiced with OBS a lot. I'm pretty comfortable using OBS. The only problem is everyone always talks about a horrible lag time when they use it, and it's what keeps me from using it during the lives. And obviously, I do videos every once and again. It depends on the time. I usually use the videos to kind of get you guys excited about the giveaways and things of that nature. So, but I'm going to definitely get at a whirl. So what I was about to discuss today is, things. I had a friend, they were asking, you guys will probably see them from time to time online. Not safe to say is their name on Facebook. And they go by not safe to say because they don't want their children and family to know who they are. So they go incognito on the book. Anyway, they asked what can they do while they're diamond painting. They don't watch a lot of TV and things. So I, of course, said either music or audiobooks. And so I said, I think audiobooks probably would be the best. They can, engage your mind. You can listen to a plot, a storyline, all of those things, fall for characters. And you're using your imagination. You don't have to look up at anything, which is what makes it hard to diamond paint and watch TV. But sometimes, you kind of look away, boom, you put a diamond down in the wrong area, on the wrong symbol. So we were talking about, hey, Lizzie, podcast. I love that. Didn't think to do that, but hey, Melissa B, how are you? Yvonne, how are you? Podcast. I did not think about that. So with that said, it brought me back to a time when I was asked to do a guest spot in a book club where, you get an assignment of a book to read, and then you come and you discuss the book. And this was the weirdest book club that I could ever think to be a part of. They were all senior citizens. I think the youngest person in the book club was 71. And I think at the time, I think I was 38 or 39, maybe something like that. The book that they were reviewing was 50 Shades of Grey. Oh my Lord. Has anybody read the book? I know a lot of people, especially since then, the movie has come out. I never did watch the movie. I didn't feel the characters matched my imagination of the people, and so I never wanted to see the movie because I didn't want to tarnish how I had imagined the characters in my mindset. And I do that a lot with certain things. I feel like Harry Potter, they kind of nailed it with their characters and their casting, but I don't always feel like movies nail it with the casting, and so I don't like to impact that. No, didn't read or watch the movie. Uh, Lizzie's got her hand up. Loved it. Loved the movie too. I didn't watch the movie, Melissa B. I only watched. Hold on one second. Hey, huh? It's in the room. It should be on the table over the medicine cabinet. I'm sorry. Okay, sorry about that. So, definitely, if I was in a store or if I was at the library, I don't really go to the library hardly at all. But if I was in the store or if I was at the library and I read the book Jacket, would it have been something that I would have, purchased or borrowed from the library? No, definitely not. Um, it was hard getting through that first book and a half. It was very hard to get through, and I just wanted to be a fly on the wall when some of these book club members were reading the book, at either at home or some of them lived in nursing facilities. And I said, what do you say? How are you reading this? Who are you reading this with? Are you ready for our DAC deliveries tomorrow, Tia? I can't wait. I got mine already. Melissa, you missed the first half of the show. Mine came in earlier today. And I was ecstatic. I already showed them. So I will show one. Boop, boop, boop. At my symbols of heroism. And so, let's see. Not approved, but it wasn't in my wheelhouse at the time. Heard it was written as fan fiction. What book is that? Wendy Green says. You are so freaking lucky. Yeah, I had it delivered to the job, simply because I don't want them to leave a box or anything like that here at home, and for me to ever come home and something. My son, he had a package that it shows delivered. Somebody signed for it. They don't know who, and he never got his package. And I don't want that to happen. So I had to deliver to the job. Cindy B, I think I'm a prude. I definitely, especially in, the content that I read, I really am caught up in the romance of things and not so much the display of, we can imagine what occurs in a relationship, but maybe the entire, dialogue and interaction isn't something that I need. But I will tell you what shocked me about this. You got that one also? I know you're not. It's so nice. It really is. What shocked me about it was the fact that as I read further into the series, as I read further into the book, it became about so much more than what would have been highlighted in the cover. And it just goes to show for me that, how they say that old saying, you can't judge a book by its cover. I really felt that with that series, with that book series. You went from, oh my God, I can't believe this, to, oh my gosh, I see why. Oh, I see. Now that explains it. Oh my goodness, and there was this point where I felt like I went from, oh my gosh, let me just put this down. Who else is, to really, wanting to see like what the next day was going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening, and things like that. It did start off fan fiction to the Twilight series. It was actually posted on a fan fiction website that me and my daughter used to go on. And I remember telling her, get off of that. You don't need to be reading this. It was called Master of His Own Universe is what it was called. If you ever happen along, because from what I hear, they haven't taken the fan fiction site down. It just, a lot of people, as Twilight got older, a lot of people quit going there. But it was so many people trying to write their own version of, Twilight, and the dichotomy of the characters between good versus evil, and things like that. It was based on Twilight fan fiction. Go bad. Exactly. Go bad is exactly right. So, and in some spots it was terrifying and heartbreaking. Exactly, Melissa. Terrifying, heartbreaking, gut-wrenching. I cannot believe, really, just how I can't believe how it changed my mind, is what I'll say. I think that's the best way to put it. Is it kind of changed my mind about, obviously I feel like there was still a whole lot in the book, that wow, she really putting this in here. When you see her online or in interviews, she's just not the person that you would expect to have such a tremendous imagination, to have wanted to even research a topic, to even, create something that turned into this. I saw a lot of other storylines that I thought were favorites. Pretty Woman in the past has been a favorite. I saw some of that in there. Sabrina. I like the movie Sabrina, and I think I felt a little twinge of that. I feel like it, a lot of romance favorites I felt a part of when I read the storyline. So it went from being about this big taboo topic to, I don't know, there was just a change. I can't really point out or pinpoint when I felt the change came, but it definitely was a change. And you started to kind of root for the person and things. Yeah, Christian went through a lot. Yes, he did. Were you team Jacob or team Edward? I gotta be honest. I was always team Edward. I really was. And go back to the mom and me. I just felt like he was, a gentleman. And there was the respect. And I think no matter what, he would have been okay with whatever decision that was made. Whereas Jacob was more of a hothead. And unfortunately, Jacob wasn't, and he portrayed that. He wasn't okay with a lot of the decisions and things. I felt it when they went to Colorado. Yes. I was right in the middle. You were in the middle? What? Why? Why were you in the middle? When they went to Colorado, I've been to Aspen, and I've been to Vail. And it took me back to a time when me and my ex-husband, when we had traveled, beautiful area. I could really picture everything. Like, I felt like this storyline just really engrossed me and encompassed me. I could, like I said, I could relate it to other things that, like I said, other stories and things like that, or things that I had, been to or seen or been close to. So yeah, I loved when they went to Colorado. I love how she set the contractor architect lady, she set her back in her place. Jacob was a dominant. Yes, he was. So When I was asked, what do you recommend? What would you say? I definitely said, oh, to get your viewing pleasure up, you want to start off with this. It'll help you mentally, it'll transfix you, and you'll really get a taste for diamond painting. Your imagination will be flaring all over the place as you pluck your diamonds. So they thought that was pretty funny. But I always say pluck. It's just maybe it might not have been appropriate at that time in that moment. You read Twilight in a week? You read the whole 50 Shades in 4 days. Dang. Woo. So 50 Shades was done with in a book club setting. And oh, goodness gracious. Those were some awkward conversations. And it was a girlfriend, her mother. She reads a lot. I used to read a lot. My daughter, she's the editor of a newspaper. She reads constantly. And so when she asked me to be a guest in the book club, I think she was looking for like a young opinion that was probably going to be so different and so opposite of their own. And I found that my opinion probably was a little bit more, square, conservative, all the above compared to theirs. Maybe as you get older, maybe you just, I don't know, you're willing to try a little bit more. I guess it's hard to describe, but I definitely know that I would be like, oh, no, maybe I should skip this page. And they would be like, are you serious? This is the good part. You should get down to, and I'd be like, are y'all serious right now? Y'all got me sitting here, whoo, And if I had to hear about one time me and Herbert and, oh, back in the day when Albert and oh, Lord, if I had to hear that stuff again. Fun times, though, fun times. I always like to reminisce about that time. But I mean, when I tell you uncomfortable, on top of having to discuss the book, I got to hear about Herbert and Albert and what was it? Myron. I'm sorry. Myron. Don't laugh, Cindy B. It's true. Myron. And so, here was the funny part. One lady invited her husband to read the book. And he read the book and he came. He was, I can't remember at the time. He's 80. He was in his early 70s because he's like 81 now. And just to hear, I mean, I don't know any young people that are in their 20s or 30s that have read the book as far as a book club is concerned. They've read it for their own personal enjoyment. They've read it because they, it was in the know, it was a top bestseller, and, was selling like hotcakes, and everybody wanted to expand on the glory. There were 50 shades of let's go shopping, 50 shades of how to cook turkey with this. I mean, everyone wanted a piece of the title because it was a moneymaker. 50 Shades of how to pick the right shoe. I'll never forget. Everything was 50 Shades. No need to hear about any horizontal mambo. Exactly, Elliot. And so the lady invited her husband to read the story, and he came, I think it was towards the end of the first book when everybody was starting to transition over and read the second one. And he came also and wanted to, rein in and, give the opine. It was crazy. It was just a crazy time. Every time I think about the story and people wanting to, read the book or do an audio book of it. It's funny. Wendy says, my husband's great aunt in her 80s called me a prude because I never read it. That, that's how I was sitting there feeling, the youngest of them all. I mean, I just felt like y'all were some out there daring women if your age, in your era, in your heyday. So I don't know. I mean, they had successful marriages, so maybe I probably should have took a notebook instead of my opinion. uh, but yeah, fun times. I was looking back on that thinking, when I recommended it, oh, no one's ever going to have the fun that I had when I read it. And I mean, I don't even really remember giving too much of an opinion. They would ask a question, and what do you think about this? And what do you think the author meant by that? And, was there any symbolism there? And I would just be sitting there looking back and forth like, huh? He hit her with a belt. So it was really hard for me to I guess to answer the questions and things, but like I know why I was asked, and it's very interesting to see how people's mind work, and what people are interested in. The answers definitely that some of the ladies gave really shocked me. Myra, no, you didn't say that, Myra, and things of that nature. It was really fun, though. A good way to see people in a different, light from a different era is how I look at that time. And Wendy says, old people were kinkier then, I thought. Melissa says, with a flogger. Yes, whatever that thing is. But I don't know if I could have got past that at all. Definitely, I don't know. He must have been beautiful. That's the other reason why I didn't watch the movie. Because just to get from day 1 to day 2, oh, he would have had to have been just the cat's meow. And I mean, fine, gorgeous specimen, muscular. And although the gentleman that they showed in the previews, I thought he was, a cute guy, he still didn't say, everybody always looking at him when we walk in a room, waitresses are disrespectful to me as they watch him. His look still didn't say all of that to me. Mr. Brown from Meet the Browns would have been, stop being nasty. Right, Elliot? He sure would have been. We just watched that this past January. What we ordered all of the plays. They were online one day, and we ordered them. So if I come and see you, I know what to bring, Elliot. We ordered all of the first 8 plays, and there's 4 in this one. And we ordered all of them. And then it took us a few weeks to watch them now. They're long. They have such funny moments in them. Charlie B, hi, how are you tonight? So yeah, that's pretty much where I was at. It was a lot of fun, but I think it was more because I was seeing a side of, when you see an older couple and they're walking down the street, you look at them and all you see is, oh, they've been together for a long time and they love each other. Imagine what your mind would say if all of a sudden one of them said, hurry the hell up, get your ass on over here, I'm tired of waiting on you. If one of them said something like that, your mind would be blown. You'd be like, what? Me too, Elliot. He stole Madea from me. My daughter told me when she was little, That lady act like you, mommy. I said, yeah, that's not really a compliment, but uh, do you strictly read romance? Not really. I do love romance. I like to, the art of romance. But when it comes to what I like, suspense, whodunits, like it might fall under the romance category, like a SEAL team. You know, they're on a mission to save the sister of one of their team members, but lo and behold, she's been secretly sleeping with one of the other members, and he's secretly in love with her, and so he's going to help her brother bring her to safety. But there's a catch. She's, wanted in 82 countries, and how do we get her out of wherever she's at? Stuff like that. Tom Clancy, things of that nature with the romance kick. That is right up my alley. I like suspense, mystery, crime. That's where I'm at. Suspense, mystery, crime, Hallmark mysteries and movies, favorite channel, love it to death. So that's where I'm at. A little romance. I like a little romance. Obviously, we all got to have something that sparks us to do something. It can't always be about money. Usually, the bad guys, it's all about money. And the good guys, there's some love somewhere, some compassion or something that's causing them to want to save this person or want to save the world. So, yeah. So that's where I'm at, but this was my first time. I think it was considered erotica or something is the title. It was my first time. And although I didn't indulge in any other books as such, this one, like I said, it's hard. It was very hard because the book does change your mind. I don't know if it's, goes from being the focus of what we all know it was about to the focus of, oh my gosh, I really feel for him. He suffered way too much. I hope that some good comes his way. I think it, that kind of pulls you in and you just start to root for him. The good in all of us start to want to see good come to him. I think is what it was. And he learned. He because he was falling for her, he learned. And it's a beautiful story. It really is. It ended up taking me, and I didn't think that it would. I remember when I'm like, he is an idiot. Did anybody ever read his version of the book? If you read don't read his version. His version, he is a crazy ding dong. The thoughts that he had, I'm shocked he didn't just murder her outright. Shine like a diamond says, hello, all. Hi, Shine like a diamond. How you doing? And he made a full 360. He did make a full 360 by the end. Hey, Drea. We are talking about 50 Shades of Grey. Not 50 Shades of get the best chicken recipe or 50 Shades of what kind of shoe should I buy? Which is what I was saying ended up happening after the book took off. Everyone wanted to have some sort of association with the title to the point where they was naming theirs 50 Shades of whatever this is. 50 Shades of Traveling. I said a chicken recipe because there was a cookbook that a lot of the people in this book club, it came out and it was like 50 Shades of chicken recipes, and they all went out and bought it and proceeded to have chicken dinners for the next like 3 weeks. I'm like, are y'all serious? It's chicken. Like, you need to know how to make some chicken. I can help you make some chicken. It's chicken. And they were like, they was buying up this book. And it had it was like chicken casserole, chicken cacciatore, chicken pasta, but it was chicken everything. I've only seen the first one. It's okay. You are not missing much. But yeah, so it was just funny how, the book became so major, a commodity, that, like I said, people started to attach just their product and their brand. They wanted it associated. So if you're going to look it up, at least my product is going to come up. So um, no clever marketing behind that at all. We started to see it. Like I said, a lot of people capitalized on some of the things. The recipe book, that kind of woke me up. I'm like, oh, wow, this is crazy. But I mean, even other books after that, you would see in there, just like 50 Shades, we have this, and then they would introduce their storyline or something like that. So it was crazy. And Sean says, I'm doing good. Actually, really like the book. Once you get past the dirty stuff, the story behind it's really good. That's what we were talking about. Just that dichotomy of, ooh, oh my gosh, this is too much, to, wow, I can't believe that I don't feel that same way that I felt initially. Like, I really am enjoying the complexity of his character and how I'm trying to root for him. And oh my gosh, like, there were some really powerful moments in that story piece that just kind of brought sadness to me. Like his memories as a child, horrible memories that, I'm sure will soften over time, but only as he starts to create new memories. The fact that he had been going to a psychiatrist for years, almost the predominance of his life. The fact that he has family members that didn't know him as well as she came to know him in such a short period of time. Just crazy, crazy. Maybe I need to read the book. Well, Drea, they say the book is always better than the movie. I never watched the movie. And I didn't watch the movie because, as I was saying before you came in, I feel like the characters didn't match how I had kind of portrayed them and mocked them up in my mindset at all. None of the characters I felt looked the way that they had in my mind. I had certain characters and things like that. Let me tell you how bad it got in this book club. They were going online and they were picking the photos of the people that they imagined in the role and like trying to send them into casting and things, so that, I know you guys know who Hermione is a lot of people felt like she was the face behind the lead female character. And obviously they went with someone that was definitely new to the industry. And her parents are very popular and famous, but she was new as far as acting and things like that. I think that might have been a good way to go, because you don't have someone who you see in the role from other, movies or other depictions of other characters and things like that. So I do think that was a good way to go. It's just, for me, I didn't watch the movie, and that was the only reason why. A lot of people said it was good. It definitely reminded them of the book. Jeremy, been lurking and working and forgot to say hi. How are you? Thought she did, but he did not at all to me. You thought she did, but he didn't. Okay. Which is, I definitely don't think that he did. One of the things I remember about the book was that he was supposed to be so gorgeous everywhere people went. They were stopping, staring at him. Someone was always looking at him, ignoring her to look at him. And so I didn't get that from this gentleman in the story at all whatsoever. And I only ever saw the just the previews and things. And I remember, because they came out like around this time of the year, Valentine's, and I remember a lot of people saying, "You're going to go watch the movie?" No, I'm not. Because I don't think that the characters look how I've made them out to be. I remember when I read, me and my kids used to read all of the Harry Potter books and things. And then we started doing marathons of the movie. And I just felt like their casting of the characters were just so much better, so spot on, as opposed to, and I think that that matters. The characters, they need to match in a lot of ways the description and things because we do use our imagination when we're reading. And you don't want to get someone that's so totally off character when you built them up in your imagination. For me, there's a lot of people who really enjoyed the movie. They thought it was great. They would highly recommend it. And when you ask them, how would they compare it, they say, well, I never read the book. So I guess that means there wouldn't be a comparison. Any newbies out there, I don't know if you can see this, but a lot of times I get asked what that bad diamond is. I don't know if you guys can see it's coming into focus. Coming into focus. You see that tip? It's still, maybe I gotta go closer. I don't know if you guys can see that. But that is a horrible, really. Nope, never gonna let you guys see it, huh? That tip coming off of there is really bad. All right, it happens. I'm not. And Shine says I didn't either. I mean, he was decent looking, but he definitely wasn't what they portrayed Christian to be. Melissa B says, yeah. No, when I read Twilight, Rob wasn't what I pictured when I tried to imagine Edward, but it damn sure worked out. I do think that that characterization definitely worked out. I thought that he was a great character. He definitely played the part. I remember being in love with Edward. I was like, oh, come take me away. I'll fly through the trees with you. I remember, I forget where I was going. I went somewhere and I walked in. We had been listening to the audiobook and someone asked me a question, and out of nowhere, I was like, I need me a vampire to come and take me away from here. And they were looking at me like, what is wrong with her? And I said that out loud. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I remember saying, I need a vampire to just come take me away from here. So those were fun days, innocent days. I don't have any problems with that at all. We all need to have a great imagination and to swoon. I love to swoon. I don't think there's anything wrong with swooning. I swooned over the weekend. There was a Hallmark movie that was on. The actor's name is Ryan Pavey. And I said, oh, let me catch it. It looks cute. And I don't remember nothing about the movie. I just remember he's such a cute guy. I was watching him. What happened in the movie? Oh, I remember a little bit. I think she was a matchmaker or something like that. And he signed up to be in her profile listing or something. I can't remember. Spider Monkey, that's it. He did say that. He did call her a spider monkey. So he signed up for a profile in her company, her dating company, and he comes in, and I think it was like halfway through or 3/4 through, and he told her that he was coming in to shut his profile down because he wanted to date her. She was sending his butt out on all these other dates. He wanted to date her. And she just basically let him go. He said, but then you called me with that other girl and I went out on a date with her. And yeah, So you have a good night. And he kind of just, and I'm like, oh my, this is just not how I would like for things to turn out at all. Yeah, I'm not going to spoil the ending, but he walked into my business and told me he shut his dating profile down because he wanted to date me, and let me help you with that. That would have been his only response. Let me help you with that. No worries, you're all taken care of. You know what? I was just about to take you out the system. So there you have it. Are there any stars out there that you guys have had crushes on? I don't know if I shared this with you guys. I probably have in one of my getting to know yous. But I fell in love with John Travolta in 1975. I hate to say it, but I know the date. 1975. Loved him still to this day. Met him in 2000 and was it 2004 or 2005? Can't remember if it was 2004 or 2000. And the boy in a plastic bubble. Yep. I think it was 2005. We were sitting in the restaurant, Planet Hollywood. He was in there with his aunt. He comes. Well, I kept looking at him, and I kept telling my ex-husband, "Hey, that's him." And he's like, "Oh, stop it! No, it's not." And I'm looking at him. We're the only one. There was a ton of people in the restaurant, but we're the only ones rude enough to keep looking over. Before he left, he came over, and I said, "I told you." And he kissed me on my cheek. And I said, right here, on this cheek, right here. Wouldn't let the man kiss me ever again. No, you want to kiss the wife over here. You cannot kiss this cheek. That's just John's cheek. So, yes. But yeah. She said she just over her age. You and me both. Heath Ledger. Oh, wow. Johnny Depp and Brandon Lee. Oh, Brandon was cute. I thought he was too. Oh, and Jax Sons of Anarchy. Yeah, he is cute. Oh my God, just showed my age. Oh, boy in a plastic. I remember when that came on. I remember watching it. I was glued to the TV. Couldn't pull me away. I remember when my mom, she came to stay with me last year. You know what she said? You still in love with John Travolta? That is not going anywhere. Yes. Why would that be? He still look good. She did say he's aging. He is aging very well. Mom, don't put an age to it. He looks good. Period. But yes, I've been in love with John Travolta for years. And I'm telling you, whew, yes, I've been through all of his personal tragedies with him, everything. It is hurtful. But I definitely can say that at least I got to meet the love of my life. Maybe not life, but I have loved him for a predominance of my life. Yep. And that's him. I remember all his moves. Saturday Night Live. Oh my gosh. Whew. I said live. Saturday Night Fever. Why did I say Saturday Night Live? Maybe they're going to be talking about me this weekend. Patrick Swayze. Oh, he was gorgeous also. When he did Dirty Dancing, nobody puts Baby in the corner. Did you see him in the movie Fanatic? Oh, yes. But it was the character that he played. Yes. Yes. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that takes me back. Patrick Swayze, my mom, she always thought he was attractive. You know who? He wasn't a crush or anything. But I will definitely give him, just no matter what age, just some definite good looks. Sean Connery. That is a good looking man. Oh, Sam Elliott also. Good looking man. So, and they aged really well. You know you a good looking man if as you get older, you get finer. Roadhouse, loved it. Oh, hell yeah. Yes. So, yeah, those are definitely, yeah. And I think about that and I think, are there any young gentlemen that I would say the same about? Maybe one or two. I do think Keanu Reeves, but I can't like him because my daughter swears that they are involved. She likes Jason Momoa, but she thinks that his wife is crazy. And Keanu Reeves, she thinks she has a better chance with. So she likes Keanu Reeves, and I'm not allowed to like him because he's her actual reality. Like if one of the two, him or Jason, came along, like Keanu would be the one that would love her and return her affection. And so I can't like him because of that. She tells me these things and they're so in depth. And so in her mind, as a mom, I just say young Sean Connery, yes. Cindy B, any age Sean Connery. I think, what movie was that he was in with Nicolas Cage, where they were coming off rock? That movie, he was fine in that movie. So, um, what's wrong? Beats? Yeah, maybe. Shine Like a Diamond says, I know he's way older than me, but Richard Gere has always been an attractive guy. He is. He's very good looking. Melissa B says, is it getting warm in here or is it just me? Girl, it's getting warm in here. I didn't start to sweat. Did you see me just pull my hair back? Shine says, Channing Tatum. That would be my celebrity crush. I'll take him any day. I do think that Channing is very attractive. I think he is he did one thing that I think I was like, oh, you shouldn't do that. So he obviously has a new relationship and he's moved on. And someone, when he was out, and about going to like a Hollywood appearance, someone from, the audience, they made a comment about him and how well he looks. And I think his comment in return was something like, I look way better with, my current than I did with my ex. Yes, I'm talking about, and then named her. And I feel like, it's obviously over and, we're adulting. Is there, even if you guys parted on bad terms, if you're really truly happy and you are, in like or in a new ship, why even throw any energy that way? So that was really my only, thing. And I remember me and my daughter, we were watching these like gossip, articles, and it brought it up. And I said, oh, I think he shouldn't have, said that. It didn't, ding him in any way. It didn't become any major controversy or anything. But I do remember saying, oh, I wish he hadn't said that. So that's just me probably being a mom and an ex-wife. So, yep, my favorite Sean Connery movie is, you said Marnie? I have to go back and look at that one. My favorite was, I think my favorite is The Hunt for Red October. That man and that accent. Matthew McConaughey. Now that is someone I completely forgot about, Melissa. You just brought him back. That man, whew, Matthew McConaughey. Oh my goodness. And them dimples and them lips. That's all I can say. Them dimples and them lips. He is such a cutie. So yeah, you guys are right. Drea says, oh, I will second that one. Okay. So Drea likes Channing as well. That man can dance. Yeah, he is. Oh, it's an Alfred Hitchcock movie. Okay. So I will have to check that out on one of my classes. I got a few classic TV apps, and I'll have to see if I can download it and check him out. But yeah, he is definitely a cutie. So yeah, everyone, I think we all have the same eyes and things of that nature. With that said, we could probably create a casting agency, cast ourselves the perfect movie, perfect love story. Uh, so we've been talking about love. How about comedy? What do you guys like? What is your favorite sitcom or comedy, like comic movie, rom com, things of that nature? For me, let's see, comedy. I don't know where this comes from, and I would not own it if you guys ever ask. But I came into last year, my daughter introduced me to The Office. I don't know where I was at when it was on regular TV. I never saw it, but I got introduced to it. I'm telling you. And I know that he is not any of the characters that we just mentioned as far as looks. But that doggone Dwight, I am so in love with him. He is so funny. Oh my gosh, the things that he does, how serious he is, the confidence in which he does things is so hilarious to me. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but I think it's in season 7 when um, when Pam is off to the hospital and she's about to give birth, and he's supposed to be at the house fixing fixing some things, and he's there butt naked in their bed, knocked down sleep. He's walking around. I'm telling you, I just my daughter had me watching it. I'm like, why are you watching this? This is crazy. This would never happen in the real world. I think season 1, episode 4, the basketball episode, I laughed so hard I couldn't breathe. I was hurting. My stomach and everything the next day was sore from all of my muscles and my belly jiggling, and I was hooked from there. So, Ron White, Jeff Dunham, okay, Adam Sandler and Jim Carrey movies. Yep, love all Adam Sandler movies. I do. I think he just got recognized for something as well. And Shine says Matthew McConaughey, yes, please. I think I fell in love with him when he was in The Wedding Planner. I don't know what it was, The Wedding Planner, or I love the stupid part he played when he was in the movie Failure to Launch with Sarah Jessica Parker. He played a real crazy part in a movie with Jen Warner. Yeah, it's so many. And I think he did Fools. Oh, the movies that he did with Hudson. What is her name? Is it Kate Hudson? Those movies. Oh, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Loved him in that movie. Bullshit. I loved him in that movie. So, yeah, I don't know how he escaped my mind, but he is definitely up there. As for TV comedies, I love Everybody. Oh, I love that one too. Everybody Loves Raymond. One of my favorite episodes that I can remember was Raymond was in charge of paying the bills, and he was horrible at it. And I don't know how he missed it, but he missed the electric bill. And he goes to kiss the wife goodnight and to lean over and turn the light out, and the damn electricity went out before he turned the lights off. Oh my gosh, I laughed so hard on that episode. So yeah, love to laugh. I love to. 50 First Dates. Yep, I remember that. 2 checkbooks. I have to check that out. Hey, Orchid, how you doing tonight? So yeah, I'll definitely have to check that out. 2 checkbooks. That's what it is. 2 checkbooks. Um, yeah, so the funny part about that, which stood out, was my first husband, same thing. My first husband used to always, how come you have money and I don't have money? Because I know how to plan mine. We had three accounts. I had my own account, he had his own bank account, and then we opened up a joint account for the bills. I would total all the bills up per month, and they pretty much were about the same. And you put your half for the bills in, I'll put my half for the bill. Whatever you have left over, by all means, have a ball with it. Whatever I have left over, I'm going to have a ball with mine. So I felt like that was the easiest way. Anyway, I told him, he was getting on my nerves, not having no money left over. Why do I always? I think he thought I was taking from the bill account. So I said, here, you do it. Same thing happened, except it was in the morning, not at night. It was in the morning. We're up. We're getting ready to go to work. Lights go out. And I said, did you pay the bill? I paid the bills with whatever money I had. What do you mean? This fool took and paid the credit card bill off, completely off, and didn't have enough money to pay for half of the other bills. So stuff was starting to turn off. I was so mad because I save, I conserve. I'm not looking for extra money. And I had to pull money out of my account, put it in the bill account, and get the lights and things turned back on. I'll never forget that. It's funny now, but oh, if you should have seen the smoke coming out my ears back then. There it is, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. It's like my all-time favorite movie. And Melissa B says Raymond has the two checkbooks, and they were both wrong. And Orchid says, not good. Have been here since you went live. Too much pain to write. Oh, I'm sorry, but my painkillers have taken some of it, but still hurting. Well, I'm sorry that you're still not well. Definitely just relax. Kind of relax back and just think about some of the things we're talking about. We're giving a lot of insight into shows that you may be able to go back and really get some enjoyment out of. Hopefully it'll take your mind off as much as it can for some of the suffering that you're kind of going through. But I'm sorry to hear that you're still unwell. Oh my. So yeah, that's definitely. And my husband, my first husband, he is French. And so because he came from another country altogether, I used to hate this, but it was always you Americans this and Americans that, you Americans. Oh, I hated it. You know what? Take you know what, back to France then. Don't be here in America. No, I did not help him get a green card. I know what you guys are thinking because I do watch that show, 90 Day Fiance. Yeah, no, he already was here, and he had a green card and everything. But you could not tell my friends or family that. Like, I felt like he had to show it for them to just be okay. Most of them thought that, oh my gosh, he's in love. He wants to get married because he need a green card. So I remember having to have that discussion with a lot of my family. Yeah, I have been sitting and smiling, but the actor I really like is, I forgot about him too, Dwayne Johnson. Um, oh my, he should not run around bed twice. Oh my gosh. How did he get forgotten, guys? We were talking about muscles and definition, smile and dimples. He would definitely be in that list. I don't know how we forgot about him. Oh my gosh. Yes, you are absolutely right. Dwayne The Rock Johnson definitely deserves to be in this list. He is plenty keen on the eye. I really like him a lot. I like a lot of the parts that he plays. I think he's very selective when it comes to what he, portrays. I like that. I don't want to go and drool over, one character one week and then the next week he's like somebody that is a complete idiot. That takes my drool factor away. So I definitely agree. I definitely agree there. Do you guys go to any plays? I know me and Elliot earlier were talking about Medea, and if you guys don't know, I'm originally from Cleveland, and back home there's a lot of plays. Here in Vegas, there's a lot of like more Broadway esque type plays, but at home they have just like I call them more relational plays. They are known as Chitlin Circuit, and that's because a lot of times when those plays came to town, they didn't make as much, and they were in areas where they might have been more poor, and people in those areas they ate chitlins because they were used to you know trying to get as much food as they could, and so they might not have had the better scrapes of meat. They would have had the poorer pieces that maybe the owners of the land, plantation owners, that they wouldn't have wanted. So they call those areas Chitlin Circuit. And so the plays that would play there would be plays that I call them relational. And they're relational because the people in those areas could relate to a lot of the characters. And I would go to the plays, and they would be real funny, real funny. And I think that is the mindset of where the character Medea comes from as well. But I like plays. I used to go. We have a Smith Center here, and me and my kids will go to plays. And when I lived back on the East Coast, I did go to plays more on the East Coast than I do here, living here in Vegas. I don't know why that is. Because obviously we have a lot more shows. We have a ton of shows. And I've been to quite a few of them. The shows are expensive. Costs more, I guess, to go to a show than it does to go to a play. A play, you might pay $25 a person. A show, you might pay, I don't know, $80 to $100 a person. There is a big difference. uh, oh, wait. What? Tia? My Ohio girl? I am originally from Alliance. Just that. Whoa. So you know exactly. We both live here in Vegas, and we're both from, I lived in Austintown right outside of Canton. So, oh my gosh. I can't believe, because Canton is, I don't know, like 20 miles from Austintown, 22 miles. I think it's 37 miles altogether from Youngstown, the next biggest town. Wow, Melissa, we have a ton in common. And Orchid says, thank you. I have some wounds on my legs after mosquito bites that won't heal, and been through many tests, but the pain is just so bad. You know what, Orchid? You probably want to ask your doctor if you could be allergic to insect bites. When I get bit by mosquitoes, they swell up and they ache and throb and just hurt for days. And it just hurts. Almost like as if I've been bit by a spider and they injected venom in me. But it just hurts for days. And finally, I got tested because I know a lot of people know you can be allergic to bee stings. But not a lot of people are aware you can be allergic to the bite of an insect. And yeah, when I got tested, I'm allergic to insect bites. And so the pain is so much, so bad. And it hurts. Your legs throb, big, giant donut mosquito bite. And it looked like, like something's wrong with me. I am, sweetie. Yep, my wounds have gotten so bad. And the biggest one about, yeah, that's what happens with me. So I try to steer clear. I go nowhere where it is damp, because if I get bit, it's this thing right here on my nose. I don't know if you guys can see right here where it keloided over. That was a bad mosquito bite, and it just bled. And I ended up having to go to the hospital. Why? Because it wouldn't stop bleeding. And it started getting bigger and bigger. They had, I don't envy that. And my nose hurt so bad. And you can't scratch it because it hurts. And if you guys know, mosquito bites itch. They itch badly because of the blood that's accumulated in that area. So, wow, getting to know all of my friends. Are you guys all going to Texas? I know I can't wait. I think I'm gonna try and visit Elliot sometime, and I'm going to. I don't know what I'm doing. I think I'm going home to Ohio in August. I'm gonna try. Definitely. June, I'm going to have a girls' trip. Me and my mom and a couple of my girlfriends, we are going to do up Santa Monica in Disneyland. So that's in June, that whole week of the 22nd through I think the 26th. My mom's birthday is that week. A girlfriend's birthday is that week. And I have another friend that's birthday. So all three of them have birthdays in the same week. It just makes sense. And what is one of the happiest places on earth? Disneyland. So we're going to Disneyland. And so I'm on water pills too, and using lymph boots to press water out of my legs to try to help get them to heal. I have a ramp. It looks like this, and I got it off of Amazon. And I put this part towards me, and I just put my legs up on it at night. And it's a ramp that will help. If you're on water pills, you'll have to use the restroom a lot, like get up and stuff. But that definitely helps press the water out. I can't get bit by anything because the pain is just excruciating. Shiny Like a Diamond says, my son ended up in the hospital because he's actually allergic to mosquito bites, and he actually got a horrible infection from them. Yes. So that pretty much is how it happens. You know, when I was a kid, I would get them and they would just hurt, and I would just sit there and deal with it. As I got older and things like that, I would just not be outside. I don't want to go outside. But, you know, when you have your own children, you want to enjoy the outdoors. You want to cook out. You want to camp and things like that. So I'm bringing myself, as I have children, kind of bringing myself back around the element, you know, bugs and things like that. And I got bit one night. I got bit up. I think I had, I can't remember, but like 6 or 7, but they were huge. And they turned into big, giant mounds on my leg, and to touch them, they were hard and they hurt. They hurt so bad. And I remember I ended up having to go to emergency, and that's when they'll do a scratch test, and they told me I was allergic to insect bites. And the mosquitoes was one of them. Many just think, for real, it's just a mosquito bite, but it's horrible when you can't handle them. Yep, it is. I had a horrible allergic reaction to flea bites when I was a kid. Yep, fleas. I can't remember who it was, a friend of mine that I went to school with, that happened to her. So it definitely hurts. It's painful, and we don't have no way to cope. We got to deal with them because they're, you know, we can't kill them off. I mean, we use insecticides and things like that, but there's no way to really kill them off. Praying this doesn't go out. All right, there we go. So I'm off, as I said, on Monday, and I know that I have not done a video yet about the giveaway for this month. I know we talked last week, and I told you guys I wanted to kind of focus on the newbie experience. What I mean by that is going to be Um, Probably like a diamond painting, um, probably some sort of wax kit. I remember when I first started diamond painting, and I thought I needed all of these tools and things like that. Um, I have introduced, I told you guys about them, two gentlemen that I work with to diamond painting. They have interacted with quite a few of you guys, but they're not going by their name. I think they're diamond painting. Um, they're frightened because it's a lot of women in the community and things. So with that said, um, they are just eager to have everything diamond painting related, similar to how I was when I first started. And so I want to kind of capture that excitement for our next giveaway. I want to be able to give away something where everyone will be excited because there's a little something in there for the diamond painter in us all. A diamond painting, some sort of toolkit, some sort of, wax and things like that. So that will be the focus really of our next giveaway. Um, I'll probably be rolling the video out. I might be doing the video on President's Day because I'm off this weekend, and and then I'll probably do the giveaway probably the last Wednesday of February. Yay! So keep your eye out for a lot of those. If you aren't subscribed, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification. I know that there was a challenge. The challenge was to do a bunch of like 1 hour whipping chats. There's a 7-day whipping chat going on. Make sure you guys are tuning in and catching those. I don't have the time to do a lot of that stuff. I used to do like 3 videos a week. I would do a live, and then I would do some sort of unboxing, and then some sort of like whipping chat. I can't say that I'll be, jumping back to that. I can't. But I do plan to, do what I call a review. A review of my favorite videos for the week. And I think that just like how we came along and we shared tonight, and I found out that I have so much in common with a lot of you guys, it would be great to kind of, get traffic going in the directions that, kind of, I don't know what's out there. I try. And you guys know I'll be up late at night tagging your videos and saying things in your videos. Hey, that was funny. Chuckling and laughing with you guys. And so a lot of times you'll probably see me say, hey, did you guys check out? There was an interesting spin that was said on. I can see me doing something a little bit more like that. A lot of my earlier contests, they were associated with sending you guys to the videos of other YouTube creators and things like that. So probably something still in that realm, where we're reviewing and chuckling and things like that. Maybe not so much having you guys gain. I used to call them little eggs. A little egg you're going to go and you're going to look for, and then you'll answer this question with that egg that you found in their video. So I used to do that a lot. I still probably do those for like major, giveaways and things like that. I just think it's fun to be as interactive in the community as I can be. That'd be a lot of fun. Lot of fun. Other than that, everybody's battling something this week. What are you over there doing? Hi, you scaring mama. What are you doing? Huh? What? Why are you sliding across the floor? You scaring me. Sorry guys, that's my daughter. She is in there she's scaring me. She's over there sliding across the floor with her headphones on. but there's no music coming out. Okay. And she's playing with the Christmas ornaments. I don't know what that's about. Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense then. What are you looking for? What you looking for?
I'm looking for those pink beads we had. I saw them a few weeks ago.
Pink beads.
Yeah. They're starting on one of these coverings.
Oh, I know. Okay. You're talking about the hair beads.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're starting on one of these covers.
No, Orchid. They are not fun. Since I moved out here to Las Vegas, I don't have to deal with them. But when I go back home to Ohio, I have problems. Yep, because that's where all the insects are, back home. Shine says not a 7-day whipping chat. It's just 7 videos in 7 days. Yeah, 7. Yeah, they're doing, I think, an hour. Are you doing it, Shine? I think it's an hour, about an hour a day for 7 days. 7-day whipping chat. Oh, I know. I guess, yeah, you're right. That would mean it continued on for 7 days straight. An hour a day for 7 days. And Orchid says, I would love to live where it's cold. 24. Oh, not me. Not cold. Melissa B says, I have to avoid the grass as much as possible when I go to Ohio. Me too. I don't go anywhere near it because that is where I seem to get hard class the most. Yep, that is definitely how I am. Oh, we need a song from her. Tiara, they want a song. Can you do Valerie? Or what's the other song that you Closer? It's not over there. It only would ever be where hair products are.
I can't remember a song.
Valerie. I like that one. I don't know where it's at, baby. So hopefully she's in the middle of looking for something. Hopefully she will do a verse and a chorus. She says, pretty please, it will make me so happy. Tiara. She wants this new hairstyle where she has a hair like a string of hair beads. And so I used to keep beads in her hair when she was little, and she is asking where they are. I don't really remember where they are. They've probably been thrown away. But she's scooting alongside looking in all of the storage cabinets to see if they're in there. You are going to get hurt, baby. You can't pull all of that stuff out. It wouldn't be there. Why don't we just go to the store and buy some new ones?
After your life?
No, because nothing's open tonight this time to where they would be. You would probably want to go to like a hair type store, not like a Walgreens or anything. I don't think you would find them. I don't think you would find them there either, like a Walmart. Look it up on the app. Come and sing Valerie. Valerie. Or are you looking up the music or are you looking up something else? I told you I'll look on the app for you afterwards. And no, it's not a whipping chat challenge. It's just 7. You remember
Can I
those?
wear these tomorrow to school?
Yeah, let me show those.
You
I
make.
forgot all
We used
about.
to make those and
Yes,
send them to the army.
we did. Tiara.
When we was little,
What?
you
Oh my gosh.
had us make them when we were little.
Yeah. Oh, baby. These are earrings that me and my children used to make when they were little. We would send them, we make a whole bunch, and then we would package them and send them to the troops that were deployed so that they could give as gifts to their
But
friends.
then we sent other stuff too.
We sent other stuff. We sent soap. Wow. Where'd you find these?
I told you I stored these when we first moved here.
I thought we had given them all away.
Now we're listening to them.
Oh, baby, yeah. I thought we had given every pair away. We had, at one point, we had probably close to 200 or 300 pair. And we used to package them up. We would do things like soaps and bath bombs. I had a line of male skincare. And oh my gosh, you went way back in time on this one, baby. Look at that. So I don't know who made this one, but both of the kids helped. It was pretty much one of the last times we did craft together. My daughter, you can look. My daughter, she's not as big into crafting as my son, but this is definitely a craft that she did. My daughter likes to crochet also. My son, he could care less about crocheting. But we did do the earrings together, and we also did bath salts. We did bath soap. We had a skin cream. Oh my goodness. I can't believe she found those. So that brought back great memories. It's not a whipping chat challenge. It's just 7 videos for 7 days. So 1 video a day for 7 days. It could be any time frame and on anything you want. That doesn't sound as hard. When did it start though? It definitely sounded, where did I hear it at? I was like, oh man, I'm never going to be able to catch up and get love from anybody. I can't do all of that. Yeah, so I used to a little bit more, but because of where my studio is, before my studio was here, but my kids, they run off and do whatever. My son, he'll leave, go hang out. His hours have changed at work, so by the time he comes in now and rest up, I'm almost getting off of the live. He does a lot of my videos with me though, because we can do those whatever. So that's why you guys see him mostly in all of the video content, because I can record it when it's convenient for him, which basically is how he prefers it anyway. Because he likes to diamond paint in the morning. He'll come, like he was out here this morning, and I got up to have my coffee before work. I'm like, what you doing up? So he prefers to diamond paint in the morning, and he is work. How many projects do you guys work at a time? He has 3 projects going right now. 3. I think that's crazy. I always see something and want to start something, but I'm like, no, you better not. Just finish that one. So I never start. I remember, I think Sherry, she had like 4 or 5 that were started, and she might have moved over to another one. And that's Diamond Art Addiction, if you guys don't know her, by Sherry. And she literally said that she was going to, for 2020, she's going to try and get back to just doing one at a time. So we'll see. I always say, oh, I never thought to do that. I never thought to move over from one. If I stop working on one, I'm done. I am lucky to come up with one video a week, and even then, I can't think of anything to say. Yep, that's true. I have 3 Afghans I'm working on, 4 diamond paintings, and reading 2 books. Well, I like audiobooks. When I started off, I went to school for court reporting. I can't even tell you how disappointed I am that I am not working in that field at all. At all. But because of what we had to do, we had to do literary, we had to do question and answer, we had to do it all at 225 words a minute. Um, with a 97.5% accuracy. That's pretty high, that's pretty fast to catch, especially when people are arguing and one person called one person this name and the other person interrupted to call up that name. Yeah, I do. Tonight. Because she don't break her.
I want to get
You know that. That's why.
get those beads.
That's why you asked me, because you know Mama don't do that. Mama don't break her word. What you gonna sing?
She's might be over there.
What? No, it's not over here. There's nothing ever over in this beautiful corner full of diamond painting sparkle. Did you just take those? She's going to real quickly. Do you guys have a preference? He doesn't know. You just asked me to take you to the store. I said I would. So
I know. It's just they had nice colors to them because they were pink, and then there was another one.
Are you gonna use your guitar?
There was there was another one, circular.
Yeah.
It had like reds and like oranges in it.
Tiara, mommy don't remember that, baby. You know I'm old and my mind is gone. So, with that said, you guys, we have 4 minutes. She is on her way to get her guitar. She asked me if I will take her to the store because she definitely has already gone on the app. So, she said she is going to sing a song. You okay? Okay, you got a lot going on.
Sorry.
What are you doing? What song are you singing?
I don't know. I think this one maybe.
What one?
Break even.
Who sings it?
The script.
And you sang that last week?
No. Oh yeah, I did. I
What's
didn't
the
sing
song?
on my guitar. Never mind. I won't sing that one.
Sing 1,000. I don't remember all of your portfolio. I'm sorry. Ready?
Sing 1,000 years.
Is that it?
Yeah, I don't know that on my guitar.
Okay.
I go look at the chords.
No, that's okay. What other song you sing really good on your guitar that I'm always praising?
I don't know. I sing a lot of songs.
Okay.
I just sing a lot of songs because I just look them up and play it.
What's your
Like I just read and play.
Okay, what's your preference? You know that you kill it every time. It's your preference. It's your favorite. Here we go. Did Cindy B conk out on me? She's knitting still. Okay, we're going to dedicate this to Cindy B and Diamond Painting with Orchid, Shine Like a Diamond, and Melissa B. Because they are all avid tonight in the chat. And wherever Elliot is, you are. Okay, so did you hear we're dedicating this to you 4.
What, you want me to sing Breathe Me?
Let's breathe me.
That's what I want to sing.
that. I didn't know that was the name of it.
By Sia.
By Sia. That's not too high.
I'm moving down half the.
You know, mommy don't play the guitar that much anymore, so. All right.
Okay.
Here we go, guys.
I have done it again. I have been here many times before. Be my friend. Hold me, wrap me up. Unfold me, I am small and needy of me. I have lost myself again. I have been here many times before. Myself again today. And the worst part is there's no one else to blame. Be my friend. Hold me, wrap me up. Unfold me, I am small and needy of me. And breathe me.
And free me. Yeah. No, don't wrinkle your face. That's mommy, No. And no. Really? Okay, well. You still should have sang Valerie. I love that song.
I don't know that song on the guitar.
Okay. You don't?
No, I don't sing that song on the guitar.
Valerie. I thought I heard you sing it before.
Not on the guitar.
Oh, not on the guitar. Okay.
You get copyrighted if I sing it because I used
Oh.
to sing it.
Diamond Painting with Orchid says, and now the tears are running again. She needs to do more about it. That was my song. Yeah. That's the song that I taught you, and then you just took over. You guys ever heard of Kings of Leon?
Epic rock band.
Still live? I'm sadly already nearly at school. Yeah, we're still live because we're just chilling out tonight, having a good time, trying to keep a cold from coming on. Painting.
That was what you showed me. A.
I showed you the A, the C, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then I've been running around, getting down, all I see. Painted faces fill the places, can't breathe. You know, you're somebody. Yeah. You know that I can use somebody. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
You remembered.
I love that song.
Then have fun for me. We just were having a good time. So I was reminiscing with my daughter because a long time ago, I used to play the guitar. And she has the vocal prowess. I just used to play it so she could play and sing. But that was the song that I taught her, and she took that and turned it into, oh my gosh.
11 years ago.
Has it been 11 years?
Yeah. Since
You
I first
old.
learned. That's when I first learned.
You old. I remember it was a while ago, but wow.
Time was passing by fast. Because I remember when I got my first guitar. And I have
That
three.
3. Yeah.
And my next buy is going to be electric.
You gonna
In
leave
the
the
next
acoustic
years.
behind?
I'm not going to leave it behind, but I want an electric. So I want electric so bad. Just a straight electric. Because this is electric and
And
acoustic.
acoustic, yeah.
But I just want a straight electric. I
That
think,
was the
I
that
think
was
the shape of them are so pretty.
that's what you wanted for the shape. You bad as a diamond painter. You might as well come on and
But
enjoy
they
this
have a nice
addiction.
sound to them too. But the shapes of electric guitars are like so pretty.
Did you hear what I said? I said, well,
No,
you might as well come on and
okay.
enjoy the addiction. That's how we think. You want something for the shape of it.
You want to know a song I want to learn
What?
on the guitar? The Way I Am
What's up?
by Ingrid Michaelson.
No, you know how? Oh, you don't know it on the guitar? Yes, you do.
I don't know it on the guitar.
Give me a verse and a chorus.
I think it goes.
Would you play it on the keyboard?
I didn't play it. We used actual back instrumentals.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think it goes. If you were falling, then I would catch you. You need a light. I'll find a match as I love the way you say good morning, and you take me the way I am.
Dang. I thought you played that on
But
the
I
guitar.
was like 10. I wasn't that good on the guitar yet to play that song because I only knew main chords.
Melissa says her son is getting a Strat. A Stratocaster.
I'm jealous.
I did not
I'm
want
jealous.
it to end. Yeah, I know you're gonna be jealous. A Strat.
I'm such a geek for
Fender
guitars.
Strat, Melissa.
I'm such a geek for guitars. Like, I love keyboards, but guitars are just.
Yeah, you don't
They're
play your
just-
keyboard, hardly.
I play it.
Oh,
I
okay.
just don't play it.
You don't play it a lot. Okay.
Yeah. But
I
just
thought you played
love
the
guitars
that
so
song
much.
on the guitar.
I mean, I could probably ever play it now, but back then, I
Do that one song from
main chords.
Adele.
Oh,
Just
Cold Shoulder.
a quick verse, and you still play that? I used to love that song.
You say that it's all in my head, and the things I think just don't make sense. So where you been in? Don't walk away. Don't turn it around on me like it's my fault. See, I can't see that look in your eyes. The one that shoots to me each and every time. You brace me with your cold shoulder. Whenever you look at me, I wish I was like you. Shower me with words made of knives. Whenever you look at me, I wish I was
Well, excuse me. Yes, a Fender Strat. Oh, she said in metallic green.
I don't like green. If it
But
was
who
in,
does?
If it was in
But
a,
who does?
yeah. If it was in a baby blue or like a violet color,
Oh my gosh, green is my favorite
because
color.
I'm in a blue. I'm
Blue
in
is her favorite
or
color, but
purple.
she's kind of moving into more of like a purple favorite stage.
I'm in a purple stage right now.
But oh my gosh, a Fender Strat, that's like top of the line. He's not gonna want anything else if you get him that. So I haven't heard that in a long time. Yeah, I
That
think
was the first bass line I ever learned.
everybody knows that.
And then after that, I learned Pink Panther. That was my second bass line I learned. The Pink Panther theme song.
You are crazy, little girl. So Melissa B lives here. Her son's getting that Fender Strat. Yeah, that's
nice.
a metallic green.
Now I know what I'm going to ask Dad. Because remember I was telling you a few weeks ago how he was mad because I told him I didn't know what I wanted for my birthday?
Uh-oh.
Actually, I'm gonna find it. Exactly what I want.
You got an
and
Epiphone
text it to
Gibson.
him.
Oh, Gibsons are good too. I do like Gibson. I haven't played guitar though, and shoot,
I love guitars.
I haven't played in at least 4 or
I
5
think they're
years.
so pretty.
I told you bar chords are really difficult for me because my hands are stumpier and shorter than my daughter, so I can't do the bar chord.
I'm getting so much better at my bar chords too.
I can't rest across the fret, so I always have to go down on the the octave to play the same chording, and it may be more awkward. So I kept it to simple acoustic songs because fretwork is very difficult for me. And then the more my arthritis settles in, the more I just have to look at her
It's
and
all about
enjoy.
the dumb though.
Yeah, that's me. That is why I had to play woodwinds. Yep.
It's all about the thumb, like your thumb placement.
Yeah.
If it's too high, then it's hard. Because I learned I was doing that, and it was causing some wrist pain. It has to be lower, under the neck.
Well, aren't you something?
Your thumb placement.
Well, since it's getting late, why you still here, girl? Come on.
Oh wait, sorry. I put this in a long time. You're right.
What's the name of it?
I use my daughter, but I usually play it up higher.
I don't remember the name of it. That sounds recognizable. Down, down.
I love that song. It's so pretty.
I tried violin and viola and failed.
You want to know if I ever played in an orchestra? I always wanted to play the cello so bad. But, oh well. It's too late now.
Cello.
I just think cellos are so interesting.
The cello. Well,
That's not orchestra. That's band, huh?
cello.
I don't even
No,
think
that's
that
orchestra.
It's orchestra, okay. Oh, it's a string instrument.
See,
I was a choir geek, so I don't know about orchestra band all that much.
I think I need some cream. Okay, well, I like to thank all of you guys for kind of rocking with me tonight. That sounds like Stairway to Heaven.
It does? Oh, that's the song I want to learn how to play. By Zeppelin. Sorry, I geek over them so bad, especially Jimmy Page. I wish I could be half the guitars that he is.
Oh, Gail says, you have a beautiful voice, Tiara. Thanks for sharing it with us.
Thank you.
Oh, you guys can all say you knew her
Such
when.
over Zeppelin.
Yeah. You can say you knew her when. If I ever get my way and get her out there on some sort of show, or I really don't think that she.
I don't think I would try out. The only thing I would try out for, I don't even know if I would try out for the voice anymore. 'Cause the coaches aren't that.
You don't like the coaches. The coaches aren't that good, so I'm not even interested anymore.
Maybe American Idol, because they have good coaches this season. They're starting a new season 16.
Really?
Katy Perry is one of the judges.
She's been on there since it came back.
Really?
Yeah.
I love
Thanks
that.
for hosting, Tia. Thank you, Tiara, for the beautiful singing. And Melissa B
Thank
says, I need my son to hear her play sometime. That's a good idea, Melissa. You never know. They may take the show to LA and we'll be there in the audience making money. I just want an RV. That's all. Pop it up somewhere on a mountain and she's done with me. That's all I want. I don't ask for much. I don't. I'll even buy my own propane. Well, again, thank you. She said, hell yeah. So, I'm going to go because she wants to go to Walmart, and I'll be back. I probably will do a couple of videos, so make sure if you're not subscribed that you hit the little, where am I at? The little ding, 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 wherever the ding, ding goes. Hit it. And thank you guys all for hanging out. It's been a lot of fun tonight. I know I did a lot of talking, but it was a little bit different. And I enjoyed the interactivity, talking about books and our favorite comedies and things. I feel like my show is ending, and she's my, my own personal theme music going off at the end.
That's funny.
So you guys all have a good night. Diamond said she played the cello for 9 years.
Oh,
Be
that's
safe
so
out
cool.
there at Walmart. Oh, you don't have to worry. I'm going in and then I'm getting out. I hate Walmart. I can't even believe she want to go. She hates Walmart more than me.
That's
So-
why you're not hot battle.
So I will talk to you guys later. Thank you. Have a good evening. Good night. That sounds really good, baby.
I have to tune my guitar.
Well, it sounds good, not tuned.